Lots of things happening around the NBA. Here are some of the notable names that are available to switch teams on Monday when the free agency period begins. Now, Kawhi Leonard may be out all next year with that ACL injury, needs surgery, had surgery. He has a player option, so too does Chris Paul. And then the rest, the veterans, DeRozan, Lowry, Conley, Victor Oladipo, who's been injured and ineffective, Andre Drummond, Spencer Dinwiddie, Dennis Schroeder, and John Collins, who is restricted. Let's talk about Kawhi Leonard, Wally. I don't think there's any way he opts out. Who knows? But the big story with him is that it didn't look like that big a deal when it happened in the playoffs. Tears his ACL, has the surgery, and who knows when he's going to be able to play again.
Yeah, and Kawhi Leonard takes his time. He's not going to rush back. He's going to make sure he's 100% healthy because he knows it doesn't benefit him long term to be playing injured. I like the names on that list. Obviously Kawhi Leonard is the pick. He's as good as they come, a top 5 NBA player.
He's got to opt out, remember.
Of course, yeah, he does. But I think he likes it in L.A. I just think that L.A. team, he loves the culture. Look at the way they played when he went down. I think they love the coaching change with Ty Lue coaching there. The guy on that list that I sneaky would like to get is Spencer Dinwiddie. I mean, that is the guy. I just think he's got a lot of upside. I love his game.
Very tall for a point guard, too.
Yeah, and he's young. He's right coming into the prime of his career. I don't like getting these guys that are, on the tail end of their careers. I think the Knicks still are an up-and-coming, blossoming, youthful team. So try to add a youthful type guy to your roster, and I think Spencer Dinwiddie would be a nice pick.
I love Spencer Dinwiddie. Just want to see how he reacts coming off that ACL injury. But before the ACL injury, he's playing at an all-star level. He was playing dominant basketball, scoring at will, facilitating when he had to, and he's playing great defense. So, I mean, he was a great two-way player, and it was sad to see him go through the injury. But let's see how he comes back. But I would love that, Wally. But for me, the player I would like is a proven winner, is a guy that you can count on, Kyle Lowry. And I know he's at the tail end of his career. He's a little older, but...
And maybe a team gives him a lot of money for a short term.
But to have a guy like that in your locker room, the winning that he put forth, the way that he got the championship, all the work he kept putting in, because he was kind of written off early in his career, down in Houston. Then he just fought his way and got into the starting lineup. Then he became a starter the rest of his life. And now he's a perennial all-star. He knows how to win. He knows how to play basketball.
Do you guys think that Toronto not taking Suggs means that Lowry may stay put, potentially?
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think that's definitely possible. I just worry about how much money you have to pay him.
What if it's for a year or two?
That's it. I worry about Westbrook, Chris Paul, Kyle Lowry, at the end of their career, you don't want to be tied to them long-term at those numbers that they can demand.
The difference with Kyle Lowry, though, I think, Wally, his game is not predicated on athleticism.
Yeah, that's true.
He's completely different. He plays his game at his speed. He jumps that high, doesn't matter. He gets it done. And so I think as he gets older, he's not gonna fall off the cliff as much because of the way his game's not predicated on being that athletic, because he's never been that athletic.
Right. Now, what do you guys do with Chris Paul? He can opt out. I think he's on the books next year if he opts in, $44 million. If he opts out, is there a team out there that's going to give a 36-year-old 3 years times, I don't know, $25, $30 million a year? Can he make $90 million a year in free agency at the age of 36? He's opting out, though. You know that, right? Don't you think he opts out of the 1 year?
Why? $44 million?
Because he could probably get $60 million at least over 2 years from someone. No? Maybe, I don't know.
I'm not a GM who's going to be giving him long-term stuff. I mean, when you get up into those 36, 35-plus years, I know he played great this season. You just have to be, it's got to be alarming. You have to be like, wait a second, I don't know if this is going to really benefit my franchise moving forward. And I just think, as smart as the Knicks front office has been, as disciplined as they've been with the salary cap, to make a move like that, does it really move the needle?
I'm not necessarily the Knicks, but a team in the NBA.
I hear you.
But I think he's got to go to a contender, an immediate contender after what he did this year. The Knicks, I think, are a few steps away. I don't know if he makes the Knicks an immediate contender if they spend that kind of money on him, whereas I want the Knicks to get a guy that's going to move you up and not break the bank.
I think Chris Paul, every stop he's had, he's changed it. He made the team immediately better.
I don't know, though, John. The playoff failures, another playoff failure down. He
was up 2-0
again
in the finals with the Phoenix Suns. Give the guy some credit.
That's not an insurmountable lead.
I know you think Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks are like they don't know what they're doing.
No, how about the Clipper
floor.
failures with Chris Paul there?
Well,
that's valid.
Yeah, that's valid.
That's valid.
Now, I'm not diminishing the guy's a Hall of Famer.
When they lost to the Rockets and they robbed,
how many 3-2, 3-1 leads has he been a point guard on a team that's fallen apart?
But he literally just took one of the younger teams that no one expected to the finals in the Suns this past season.
Yes, that was impressive.
I need any bodyguards out there? Got a lot of size coming at me over here. Our free agency special reminder. Give me some help. 9 o'clock on Monday. We are on the air. The three of us and Alan Hahn will be with us as well. Monday, 9 o'clock on MSG. Our free agency special Monday night right here.